Hello, friends, and welcome to the DLLS Cowboys podcast. It's good to see you today. Thanks for being here. We have the Cowboys front office getting snippy at their best players. This is a shocking development. Never happened before. Plus, we're furthering Jesse's agenda. We'll give you a guy who's about to go ham on the defense for the Cowboys. Plus, Clarence Hill is going to join this program, and so is Voch Lombardi. Let's go. Meow. Welcome into today's DLLS Cowboys podcast, where we give you everything that you need to know as the Cowboys go through training camp in Oxnard, California. Clarence Hill is out there. We'll talk to him in about 14 minutes. We will talk to the great Voch Lombardi, who will join us at 11:30 today on the broadcast, and that'll be lovely. And we will further Jesse's agenda. Yeah. Sounds like the Cowboys defensive coordinator is on board with the agenda. There's a guy he doesn't seem on board with, though. We'll go get into that a little later in the broadcast. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jeff. And I am seated next to former Cowboys wide receiver Jesse Holley.
Oh, Jesse Holley went 77 yards. It must be a reality show.
Shout out to Solid Duck. Yeah. Solid Duck was the first one in the chat today. And also,
we like Duck. Duck's good people.
Duck's good people. You say so, yep, I believe
Duck's
you.
Good people.
Duck's good people.
In my experience, anyhow. I don't know what he does when he's not typing things in the chat.
And I also want to wish a very happy birthday to one of our favorite, Dro Knows. Dro Knows from the chat.
Dro Knows.
Dro's in the chat, man. Dro says, today is my birthday. Nothing major planned. Just blessed to be alive. Amen. And we're so thankful that you're alive and here with us each and every day, Dro Knows. So my brother, happy birthday to you. Enjoy it. Do something for yourself, man. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do.
No.
Which means, well,
keep it squared away.
Yeah, keep it square.
Keep it squared away.
Keep it square, but happy birthday, brother.
You share a birthday with the people who I'm going to dedicate my performance on today's broadcast to. That includes Vivica A. Fox, Christopher Nolan, Lawrence Fishburne. Hold on, there's at least two more I remember because I was scrolling. Terry Crews, of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's who I'm
It's a pretty solid list today. What's that, June 30th, July 30th?
Yeah, it is July 30th indeed.
Pretty solid list, man.
Yep. Cowboys front office is talking bad about their best players again. Hit the like button if that gets you excited. Hit the like button if that doesn't get you excited. Somebody said we're going to have an all-timer from Jeff today because the front office spoke on the radio, and every time they do, they make me mad. No, I have matured, and now I just like to speak reasonably while valuing the perspective of all parties involved.
Okay.
Is what I like to do. But Stephen Jones was on the Cowboys flagship. He was on 105.3, and he's a little he got a little with Gavin Dawson.
Yeah,
they got a little sideways, I think.
Yeah,
a little sideways.
They were pressing him. They
I love it.
They were pressing him. They were pressing him yesterday. They were pressing on Stephen.
I love it. We will start with the Micah Parsons. We're trying to get a contract done because we're trying to win the Super Bowl, okay? And if we're going to win the Super Bowl, we need our players to be on the field playing football. And Micah's not out playing football yet.
Which, by the way, Jerry said, that's okay because I don't want him getting hurt.
Fair. As I said, I value everyone's perspective at this point.
I don't want him getting hurt, but I don't want the guy on the field that actually needs to play football for me. Don't want him on the field. It's cool with me. He can sit out because I don't want him hurt.
Jesse, what do you say happens to Mike at the end of seasons?
He wears down.
All right, let's start it later.
Okay.
Give him the first month off.
That might, you know what? That might work.
Yeah, take a break.
Take September off.
Yeah. I want you to play 12.
Yeah, take September off.
Stephen Jones, because Gavin kind of said, you guys, it's kind of a theme with how it goes with your best players, and the Joneses have taken issue with that. Yeah. They don't agree with that. And Stephen said, I don't think there is a pattern here. And then on if the Cowboys drag out deals to get engagement from the media. I love that was asked point blank. Like, you just not signing stuff so that people will talk about it all the way through camp. You doing that? We don't agree on that. We don't drag deals out. We do deals when there's an opportunity to do a deal. Certainly, no one knows what goes on internally with a particular negotiation. That's true, Stephen. I'll grant you that. I'm not in the building. Sometimes players and agents aren't ready to pull the trigger until they see other cards played. What we're not going to do, which is a strong start to a sentence. Like if you're ever talking to somebody about something, they say something you don't agree with, and you say, well, we are not going to do.
That's for sure.
Like you were telling them, hey, watch your mouth.
Yeah. What we're not going to do is.
What we're not going to do is go out and do something that's not responsible in terms of just in the name of getting a deal done 1 month earlier to go do it and pay the guy another $5 million of your cap space, especially when you're dealing in our particular case internally with guys who are homegrown here and we feel like they want to be here. I feel like Dak wanted to be here. I always felt like CD wanted to be here. No, just thoughts?
Is he saying that he feels like he thinks Micah doesn't want to be, which is
sounds like an insinuation,
right? You know, that could be a little recky specky, but I mean, Micah has long talked about being a Cowboy fan, wanting to be a Cowboy, loves it here,
he loves it,
he's building homes here, like he wants to be ingrained in everything that is Dallas, Texas, including the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
But I think this is another one of those ways where the Joneses try to get the fan base to turn a little bit. It's like, oh, he doesn't want to be here, and there are. I'm not saying that's you guys, but there are a number of fans.
You people.
There are a number of fans who live and die on the words of the front office.
For sure, Captain Thunder,
and well. It could be a
Captain Thunder's in the chat all the time, and he's always telling us what a great job the Joneses are doing.
And so there are fans that are like, you know what? Doesn't want to be here. Don't have to be here. Get out. Get out of here.
Get.
And Micah has done nothing, at least publicly. And we know that he does a lot of stuff publicly.
Right.
He has done nothing publicly that has said anything contrary to that he wants to be, that he doesn't want to be a Cowboy and a Cowboy for life.
Yep. That was well-spoken, responsibly, with no angst or anger towards anybody involved in the situation.
Let's go.
I'm going to try to do the same.
Look at us maturing and stuff right in front of your eyes.
I'm going to try to do the same.
It's mature. Walk
This guy in the chat who says Jeff is hammered, that is inaccurate.
Hammered?
12 hours ago? You could have made a case for that. Not right now.
It must have been at the same place you were at. It was like, he's hammered.
Okay.
Be responsible.
I'm going to be responsible.
Yep.
Sometimes players and agents aren't ready to pull the trigger until they see other cards played. How would you know that? You haven't even called them. Like that, trying to get to the bottom of how they try to do these deals and who communicates with who has been very interesting. Because Jerry said, I only talk to the principals. And in his mind, that is the player.
Right.
And it was like, well, you talked to Todd France. That is Dak's agent. He said, no, I did not. And Stephen said, I talked to Todd France. And I'm like, okay, we're working this out. So Jerry is telling the truth. You never even talked to Todd France. Stephen did. Got it. Stephen talks to the agents when it's time to get something done. Then we get to Micah. And it's like, Jerry, why haven't you called Micah? Because I only talk to the principals.
Right.
Stephen, you just said that you're the one who does this. Have you talked to his agent? Nope. Our cap guy has. Adam Pacifica talked to Micah.
Right.
So what sort of effort have you made to know what exactly they will or won't do when Micah says, I wanted to sign a year ago and is talking about, I do want to do a deal, and you have not contacted, and you are the person who does this when it's time to do it. You told us you did this with Dak's agent, and it is you, but you haven't with this one. What do you, and I don't know. None of it makes sense to me, honestly, because when he says, what we're not going to do is go out and do something that's not responsible in terms of just in the name of getting a deal done 1 month earlier, go and do it and pay the guy another $5 million of your cap space. But what you're doing is actually the exact opposite.
Yep.
Because you're actually going to pay $5 million more because you didn't do this, and not a month ago, but 6 months ago, a year ago. The amount that you're going to change Micah has absolutely changed from when he said, I don't need 40. He didn't need 40.
40 wasn't on the table either.
He didn't need 40 because the highest paid pass rusher made $34 million.
Right.
37 was going to be lovely.
Right.
Then 40 hit.
That changes things. That absolutely
Now I need 40.
That
Now I need
absolutely
42.
changes things. Like that. Like when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, and this is me defending Micah. Right? Go figure.
Yeah.
This is me defending Micah.
You've always defended Micah and his family.
I do. Lovely family, by
That's
the way.
right.
Absolutely lovely family.
We are trying to get invited to the house in Oxnard for a meal.
For a meal. So lovely family that he has. Can't wait to meet you all in person. Hopefully it's over a hot meal at the house in Oxnard.
The Joneses do. We might have to flip sides on this contract stuff and be on Team Jones, because every time I'm out there, they do give me a meal. At Nobu, no less.
Ooh.
The media party they provide.
They do.
So Parsons family, we've been on your side so far.
We are on your side. We are on your side.
But we're trying to get this meal at the house.
Yeah. But listening to everything that we've heard since the end of the season, right? Through the draft, through the OTAs and minicamp, and now in these press conferences, it is very clear and evident why things are as cloudy as it is in the organization as a whole.
Because Micah doesn't want to be here. It's ruining the whole thing.
It is very evident because everybody is kind of moving at their own pace, doing their own thing. Communication isn't always clear across the board because Adam Pacifica is having a conversation with the agent, and I'm assuming he's bringing back that information. And anytime that you have information that you have to relay back to multiple people,
go play telephone, see how it works out for
you lose some things in translation for sure. And if the people, because Jerry, you sit there in front of the mic and you tell us, I signed the checks, I'm the final decision maker, but you're not in the forefront of having the conversation with the people who you need to have the conversation with.
I bet he's in a meeting with Pepsi.
Yeah. You pass that off. And this is why I continue to say that this thing is a game. It's a game to them. It's a game to him. At this point in time, it's a game to him. And it's like, we'll get it done when we'll get it done. And it's going through the hands of all these other people. When it is clear that there should be a direct line. The shorter distance between 2 points is a straight line. You and David. And then they get the information, Stephen and Adam, secondhand. But all you got to do is sit down and just talk. Just get it done. And this thing continues to draw out, and you continue to take shots at players, your star players, nonetheless. But then I have to remember, and this is very, very key. I have to remember, I can't allow myself to get frustrated with this process, because when it's done, they'll hug.
Oh, yeah, Micah won't be mad no more.
And so it's no need for me to get worked up about it. It's no need for me to get bent out of shape about it, because
that's why I never do.
It's fake aggression at times. It's fake aggression from both parties. And that's the part of the game that you have to realize that that's the WWE part of it. That's the scripted part of it, is that I have to say these mean things and I have to take a stance on these things. But in reality, as soon as you make me the highest paid player in the league, we're good again. We're not holding any more grudges.
No, we're gonna
be besties again, and you're gonna believe that I'm family and that. So I just say, you know what? Whenever it gets done, and they'll figure it out.
Big Sarge. Micah doesn't want to talk with the Cowboys as he's standing on the sidelines during training camp. I'm here. Don't tell me that, what are we doing?
I mean, it was evident that
he wasn't here. I'm here.
He sat in all these suites and at the Super Bowl, at college championship games. Like the effort was there.
Yeah.
Like, all you guys had to do was close the deal. Like, go and talk to the people that you had to go and talk to and close the deal.
Yeah. Jeremy said, can't wait to watch Micah and Jerry eating Egg McMuffins in Jerry's office on Netflix, talking contract. And I was never clear if that was, I thought it was a McMuffin, but some say it was a McGriddle.
I think it was a McGriddle.
That Jerry was hitting with the extra salt.
Yeah, with the extra salt. Ooh.
Extra salt.
But let me say this, sorry. And this is not me. This is me knocking on wood. But this whole thing plays. We're watching through training camp right now, and this is this is my rant from the lawn as the old man, is that we're wondering why a lot of these players are now getting hurt in training camp. Is because, one, we do walk through this, walk through that, mental rep this, mental rep that, no contact this, no contact that, ramp up period this, ramp up period that, and all this other kind of stuff. And we're wondering why we see some of these injuries happening, because you're actually not doing contact in a physically aggressive contact sport. You're not doing it. So the body's not having a chance to callus and do this. You continue to wait this thing out, because even the light workouts that Micah is doing while he's there, it ain't football.
No.
And then now you take a dude who hasn't done football in 3 months, because you had off June, you had off July. If he doesn't get it done in August, hadn't done football in 3 months, and then you insert him into the week of practice and preparation, getting ready for the Philadelphia Eagles, and he pulls a hamstring, this will be why. Because he's done nothing at high velocity to now going 1,000 miles, and Micah's going to be going 1,000 miles a minute. You pull a hamstring, this leads back to things like this that'll happen.
Jones has also continued firing shots at Trevon Diggs, who they just don't like, I think. And we'll work through that. We're going to work through that, and then we're going to, here in just a little bit, we're going to visit with Voch Lombardi, who's been out in Oxnard until today. So
Watching the trenches.
He's had eyes on in the trenches. We'll visit with him, and then we'll further Jesse's agenda later in the show. But coming up next, we visit with our buddy Clarence Hill, who is in Oxnard, and get all the scoops that you need. It's next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast.
Don't be like Jerry Jones in the sense, be rich like Jerry Jones, but don't be like Jerry Jones in the sense of waiting. Don't wait any longer. If you got something good, go ahead and sign it. Go ahead and get the deal done. And if you are looking for new flooring, I got a deal for you. $350 off new flooring at EmpireToday.com. All you have to do is set up an appointment and go by there, or do it at your home, at the confines of your own home, just by going online, uploading it, and then just picking and choosing what you want in those specific spots. And then they're going to give you $350 off new flooring by simply using the promo code DLLS. Don't go to the big box stores. Don't go all around town. Go to the place where you know you're going to get it right. Yeah. Laminate, vinyl, carpet, wood. Get the wood. Get the wood. Real wood gets down on the floor. Yep. EmpireToday.com is where you should go. Don't wait any longer. You might miss a great deal. $350 off new flooring by using the promo code DLLS.
I would now like to take this opportunity. I'd like to take this opportunity to invite you to Vegas. We're going November 15th to 18th. They play the Raiders on the 17th, and we want to invite you to be a part of the DLLS road trip to Las Vegas. We're going to go there. We're going to do a pre- and our post-game show out there. We're going to be hanging and banging.
Yeah. Front twerking and working.
Front twerking in Vegas. Club Pop is going to be
Lotion Lounge
open.
is going to be lit.
Lotion Lounge, all of it's happening.
I'll be front twerking in Vegas.
Clarence going to be front twerking in Vegas. And now here's how you can be a part of this and what you get. If you come with us, it's an all-inclusive trip. It's going to include a 3-night stay at a luxury Vegas resort. It's going to include game tickets to the game against the Raiders. It's going to include VIP parties, exclusive events with us, the DLLS crew, and your fellow diehard fans, and much more. See how we do Vegas. Book it now at truefantravel.com. It is the DLLS Cowboys podcast. Let's check in with our buddy Clarence Hill. Chill, the greatest beat writer in the history of the Cowboys. He's in Oxnard, California. What's happening, Chill?
I'm good, man. How you guys doing this morning?
I'm well, and I just kicked my feet up, and then I realized it's unprofessional, and I'm debating, is this allowed? It's a relaxed show, right? I can have my feet up.
It's relaxed. Met a guy last night from Sacramento, told me to tell you guys hi. He watches our show. He was at the Rudder Room, so I had one little pop. That's it, Jeff. One popped in and popped out. But, because there's a suit. I don't know if you saw the earthquake in Russia caused a tsunami that comes to the tsunami warnings, and we were not supposed to be on the beach. I don't know if y'all keep up with current events, but there was tsunami warnings in Hawaii, in LA, and Santa Barbara, and all the Pacific West Coast.
If I see the waves, if it's big enough that I see it, I will honor that. Otherwise,
they say you're not supposed to go to the coastline to see it, because once it comes up on you, you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah, but it'd be good for viewership, I think, if we lost me. Right? Like, at least the first few days after, it'd be like, oh, man, the show of the guy who got tsunami'd? Let's go check it out. I think we get.
Yeah.
I think we'll get a little bump.
We'll get a bump in ratings.
I say we've been talking about Stephen Jones. The one thing, I listened to the show live, because he did the whole car wash yesterday with 105, and then he did San Antonio, then in East Texas, and I waited for him afterwards because the one thing that jumped at me initially because he said that Nate Thomas will be the starter at left tackle in place of Tyler Guyton as we got back to practice today over Awesome. And I asked him why. Because all we been talking about is Awesome swing tackle, awesome. He was drafted earlier. He was actually drafted higher than Nate Thomas. And he said Nate Thomas has simply been better.
I support that.
Been better. He's been better. He's done a lot. And Jeff, you draft guy, I was just looking up his draft profile, and he was projected to go 4th round by Lance Zierlein. And I don't know where he was, but obviously he had the knee injury that kept him out as a rookie that he actually had in college. That is the reason why he fell in the draft. But I know when I just looked at his profile, Lance Zierlein had him as a 4th round prospect, Nate Thomas.
Well, I support meritocracy. Romo and I support a meritocracy. And if we had put Romo back in because of a meritocracy back in 2016, we might have a Super Bowl ring. But I love that. I love that because we're just thinking like, hey, here's how they'd been lining up in OTAs, and now we're at camp, so this is the order. And I think if somebody else looks better than somebody else, like the end, give that dude a shot. I think it's the right way.
And that's kind of been Shotty's philosophy. I mean, last week we heard about Tyler Booker being relegated to the second team, and it was because hey, a guy in front of him was playing better, and he kind of hit the proverbial rookie wall in training camp, and so we gave Rob Jones an opportunity to go out there and play. And so that's been the agenda that Shotty's been pushing, that the guys, if you're playing better and opportunity presents itself, we're going to give it to you until you show us otherwise. And so if, to your point, Clarence, if they're saying he's playing better than Austin Richards at left tackle, then that goes right along the line. And I actually appreciate that, because that gives other players hope that if you go out here and you work every single day and you're competing and you're showing me that you want a spot on this football team, if the opportunity presents itself, I have examples where I'll show it to you, you'll get a chance. But I don't like the fact that we still do this. That's not a Stephen Jones announcement. It's not a Stephen Jones announcement.
That's true.
It's not a Stephen Jones announcement. This is the part where you keep clipping and neutering and just,
because Clayton Adams didn't say that yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's your head coach's call. Like this is when the head coach is supposed to come up to the podium and say, all right, I know that we're down a guy, but we made the decision that we're going to go forward left tackle right now with Nate Thomas. And I know you guys may have questions about Austin Richards, but here's my philosophy. And that's how you show that your head coach has that authority and power. And that's not a Stephen Jones call. He's not supposed to make that announcement on the radio. That should be a Brian Schottenheimer call, and we continue to run into situations like this with the front office people.
We like them on the radio because they give us good stuff, and they continue to be petty. I left it out of my headline today, and you're right, Jesse. You're right. This should have been a Brian Schottenheimer call. You're definitely right. That's why it jumped off the page at me. But it should have been a Brian Schottenheimer call because Clayton Adams was up there. He just talked in generics about who he never mentioned a specific name about who would go at left tackle, anything like that. He spoke in generics. Now obviously he was happy with everybody, and he thinks that Jaden Blue is blossoming, and everybody has the coaches are going to say what they're going to say, but I just don't understand why Steve continued to be petty, and I would say petty with his comments regarding Micah and especially Diggs, because it didn't have to be said. I mean, because after, somebody just put it on Twitter that he was asked about Micah on the San Antonio radio station either today or late yesterday. And he said, I've already said all I'm going to say about Micah. I'm not going to say anything more about Micah, because he understands that this is blowback. This is unnecessary. You're adding fuel to the fire that's unnecessary. To sit up here and point out that CD and Dak wanted to be paid when Micah and his family from the beginning said, I grew up Cowboy fan. I dreamed about being a Cowboy. It's the only place I want to be. Now you're trying to color it that he doesn't want to be here because he don't have a contract signed. And we're 2 weeks in the camp. Well, see, he didn't have a contract signed until after camp, after the preseason. They didn't have a contract signed until the day before the season opener. But you didn't question their or try to insinuate to fans that they didn't want to be here. Why would you do that?
Do you have an answer to your own question?
No, it's just like
Like,
no, because it just like he gotta want to be paid. Just say we want to. Hey, Steven, I heard the fans say pay Micah. Hey, we want to pay him too. Period. But then to add in, well, he gotta want to be paid. That's just a shot, unnecessary.
that's why I think I don't think that I don't have a better opinion than, because the guys running it, the guys who are the GMs, I'll call them the GMs, both Joneses, because the GMs also are the owners of the team. Like, I think it's just a giant ego thing where you feel like you can do this battle. Other GMs aren't going to talk like that about their best players. They would just come out. Even Jimmy Haslam with Cleveland, when he talks about all of their, like, I saw just quotes on a bunch of stuff on the team. Like, there's a way to have criticisms or keep it real while also showing just basic respect to your guys. And the fact that you're so comfortable trying to turn fans on people or taking these shots and not just getting out there like, look, he's a hell of a player and we really want to get something done. We're working at it. He wants to get something done. And, you know, we think something will happen. We want something to happen because we love this dude and he's awesome. That just doesn't work for them because they just feel like they have to push an agenda of some sort or their egos are too big. I don't know. I don't have a better answer because no other GM is going to talk that way.
Well, they're on the defense. They're on the defensive, like, you know, just like the back and forth yesterday, because we're accusing them, or they feel they're getting accused of delaying deals for me. So they got to throw it somewhere else. They're defensive about everything. They're sensitive about everything. All the accusations, you know, how they've been characterized and how they do that stuff. They're on the defensive. And I was looking at something else today, and I think somebody on ESPN had a list of all the top players from Micah's draft, and all the best players from the draft have been signed, except Micah. They've all been signed.
Yeah, you're right. You know,
well, Mike is obviously the one guy out of that draft class that hasn't proved it yet.
Yeah, he does. And it was said that Mike is the best player in this draft class. He's the only one that has a sign. Everybody else is signed. But just going back to the Diggs thing, just if you peel away some of the stuff he said in the Diggs thing, one thing that just jumped out at me. Well, if he'd have been here, we think he'd have been further along. That's a lie.
Do we time out? Can I time out you? Do we? Is that fact or is that opinion? Because I think most teams would feel the same way in terms of, I don't know what you're doing when you're not here.
Correct.
When you are here, if you're behind on your rehab, we have a part of it and we get it. But if you come back and we thought you'd be back at a certain time, or you thought you'd be back at a certain time, and we looked at you and we're like, man, we thought you would be further along, they're going to feel that way because they didn't see it. Like, you can video whatever you wanted to work out.
It's more justification for how they're handling the situation. I'm sorry. They've been getting updates. They got video updates. They got data. They got all updates on his rehab. I'm sorry. Yes, if I have you, I have a better idea because I've done the whole thing. But we talked about this in January. Okay. I asked Stephen about this in February. He said, we don't know when Diggs will be back. We think it's going to be somewhere during the season. We know the seriousness of this injury. He didn't have the surgery till January. There's no way, okay, based on this cartilage damage, we talked about the seriousness of his injury, he will be on the field by the start of training camp. They knew that in February, no matter who he was with.
Sure, no, yeah. No, I don't fight that.
The idea that he will be on the field or doing, that's not true. That's not true. Okay, and again, everybody, as he says, Sir Diggs thinks he's ahead of schedule. You know, he told me he wants to be back by September. If you watch him move around, he looked like he's moving better than Revel. And what's so crazy in the same interview, I just saw somebody, he said Revel should be back in 2 weeks. Okay. Now, 2 days ago, we asked him about Revel. Well, we don't know. We're just getting our hands around him because he wasn't with us. I mean, so I think sometimes these are just interviews. You're just justifying and saying the stuff to answer questions. The notion that Diggs will be further along, I got to push back on that just because I remember having these conversations with him in February that they thought it would be mid-season or so before Diggs got back because of the seriousness of the knee injury.
Thank you, Clarence. We love you. Hold it down at the rudder room until we get there. We're working on it. We'll see you soon. There goes Clarence Hill, the greatest beat writer in the history of the Cowboys. I think on the Diggs thing, I'm on Team Jones.
I am too.
I'm just like, look, you know what's in your contract. If you don't come here to work on your stuff and we don't have eyes on you and it's not with our people, like we're not gonna give you the benefit of the doubt.
And again, you can send me an update and you can send me a video. I still don't have my hands on it. Right? Like I'm still not.
Micah had to go down there to make sure you worked hard.
Right. And that's another thing. It's like you send me a video. I remember Gronk did this. Gronk did a video during COVID. Like to show Bill Belichick that he was working out.
Yeah.
And what Gronk did in the video was he took one video, put 4 different shirts on, and did a 30-minute workout, and just send it each day because he wasn't doing it. So you can send me a video of you working out. That doesn't mean this is the consistent way that you're doing it. And I can talk to the trainer, and they can tell me one thing. But again, that trainer is hired by you to say all the right things so that he continues to get his payday, right? So I'm not saying that that their trainer, his trainer, Diggs trainer in Florida is lying in any way, shape, or form. I'm not calling that level of integrity or lack thereof to that trainer. But again, if you're not in my presence, if you're not under my authority in teaching and training and rehabbing, then I don't fully know. I don't.
Yeah. Look, I'm paying you. I want to see what you're doing. Coming up next, we're going to go out on the field. The great and powerful Voch Lombardi. Congratulations on 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Voch Lombardi has been in Oxnard. He's going to join our broadcast next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast.
Money, finances, all of those things can be very, very messy. Money acts like your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control so that you can stop earning and start growing. We want to grow our money in everything that we do. I think tracking spending your money is important because a lot of times, and I'm guilty of this. I am guilty of this. I'd make frequent stops at the gas station.
Oh gosh, Goldfish, Harbos, Bears.
I'm a Slim Jim.
Yeah,
I'm a Slim Jim guy.
Yeah, good meat
you know what I'm
stick.
saying?
Yeah.
I'll depending on which gas station I go to, I might get me one of these raspberry filled donuts every once in a blue.
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Just every once in a while. I treat myself every once in a while.
I get a glizzy.
Yeah. Oh. But here's what happens. I spend this money at the end of the month. I look up and I'm like, dog, in this month, I've spent $250 in gas station nonsense. Monarch Money can help you with that. So head over to monarchmoney.com. Use the promo code DLLS and get 50% off your first year at Monarch Money. So head on over to get your money right.
And then once you get all your money right, go ahead and spend some of it now.
What?
Because you need.
If you save right,
before
then you can go spend a little bit.
Before Rugged Road entered my life, the finest cooler in all the land, I had about 7 coolers in the garage.
Right.
I had my little bad zip up one, and then I had my. Oh, look at that. 2 styrofoam ones survived. And then I got the other crusty one back there from 1971. You only need 1 cooler in your life, and it is Rugged Road. It's the finest in all the land. The craftsmanship, the highest quality materials. Their products are absolutely wonderful. They go with you on every adventure you go on. One of the most unique features and my favorite of the Rugged Road cooler, the ability to always float. Upright. Take that sucker on the river with you. You know what I'm saying? Don't use it as a PFD unless it's an emergency, but I'm not claiming it's a PFD. But if I were in the water and it floats, use the promo code DLLS. You get 10% off at ruggedroadoutdoors.com. It is the DLLS Cowboys pocket. And look at that. Look at that handsome man. Look at that handsome man.
There you go.
He might also be in the middle of a contract situation. I don't know. But what's that? No, I wouldn't talk about Tim
No.
Cato. No, we're talking about the great and powerful Voch Lombardi, who is joining the DLS Cowboys podcast right now. Make sure you follow him on YouTube.
Looking
up,
well hydrated and moisturized, may I add.
Yeah.
May I add. Looking very well hydrated and moisturized. Unlike, they get on Clarence about the lotion lounge, but Voch, he's not. He's looking very well, skin looking hydrated and moisturized, my brother. Can't hide money.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Can't hear you.
Did we test anything?
We can't.
Oh, our producer says something's on your end, Voch. We can't hear you a lick. You can hear us. What this is going to be is it's going to be a pantomime version of Voch Lombardi on the broadcast. You can see that he's broadcasting.
Right.
Know that he's broadcasting something real good.
I know y'all can hear me now.
We got you now. We got you now.
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Man, listen, I was just talking about water and lemon and cherries and all kind of to get you, to get you going. And so Jesse, appreciate you for, pointing that out for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Game recognized game, my brother.
It ain't quite the money because I don't make a whole bunch of that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to come up here. I don't make a whole bunch of bread, but I appreciate you for thinking I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, game recognized game. Sometimes you got to look like it even if you ain't got it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Thanks for having me, though, man. Appreciate you. Feels good to be back on the DLLS. Clarence have a hard time every time. I'm trying to say what he wants. The Dulles Airport is what he be saying. Shout out to the DLLS podcast, man. Appreciate you.
Clarence Hill, ALLCITY, dill pickle. So you're out there from the very beginning of training camp until today, Voch, and you're my trenches guy. I have you as my trenches guy. Stephen Jones recklessly just decided that Nate Thomas is now the left tackle, even though none of the coaches have said it. When you're watching an offensive lineman not named Tyler Guyton, is there anybody that was out there that you would feel, or I don't know if that's a fair question, anybody you feel good at left tackle, who impressed you or who looked the best out there?
So let me say first, Jeff, and you real good at giving me 7 paths to walk down, sir.
Yes.
As much as I would love to beat up on Brother Steven, I don't think that was a last-minute situation. What I noticed, and I have to set the table like this, is they didn't go swing guy this time, right? Now, Brock Hoffman is the only swing guy. He's center, left guard, right guard guy. He's the only swing character going on. Everything else has been sided player, okay? So if you're a left guard that has flex to play left tackle, you probably won't see right side. The same with the right-sided guys on the left. So your left-sided guys were Awesome Richards, and day one, he was your first backup tackle out there. He was your tackle two, left tackle two. Then Nate was the second guy. Over on the other side, it was Terrence, and it was Hakeem Adeniji and Cornelius, right? Those were your right-sided guys. Day 2 and 3, day 4 and 5, Nathan Thomas took all those left tackle reps. So when Guyton was walking around and healthy and feeling good and whooping folk, Nathan Thomas was tackle number 2 out there, which was interesting because Awesome was like left tackle 3 or something. And then one day he was like right tackle 2. And then another day he just started going in motion as 6 blocker guy. So there's a lot to unfold with the Awesome Richards saga. Maybe we got to get to preseason football to really figure that out. But Nathan Thomas, this wasn't a last minute, hey, we drafted him, we just gonna tap in with Nate. The past 5 practices, Nate Thomas was your second left tackle out there. Now, Jeff, the fourth question that you asked me was what offensive lineman kind of stood out, and who did I think it was, possibly going to be? Hakeem Adeniji was the guy that I thought, because when Terrence Steele went down, it wasn't like this conversation about, okay, which rotational tackle is going to be the backup right tackle. It was always Hakeem Adeniji, and it was quickly Hakeem Adeniji. No rotation after that. And think about this, right? Normally in Cowboy land, and this ain't me trying to hype up current day Cowboys, but our depth guys were just young dudes that need to play better, right? Got to step up, got to step up. That's always what it's been. We've been waiting on like these Connor McGoverns to be the rotational guys, or the TJ Basses, Brock Hoffmans to be the rotational guys. Rob Jones, who was playing right guard as your backup right guard, who's hurt now with a little broken neck situation, he'll probably be back.
Broken neck, yeah.
Well, a big broken neck would be you can't play football no more. He'll be back in November, so that's why I said a little broken neck. But Rob Jones started for the Dolphins last year. Hakeem Adeniji started for the Bengals, right? So these aren't just like backup rotational dudes that we drafted that we hope can develop into depth guys. These are NFL offensive linemen that's starting and playing, but they happen to be backup guys for us. So I thought Hakeem Adeniji, who's playing well, who did just fine while Terrence was out, I thought Hakeem was bound to be the left tackle because he's been playing well. But they're not doing swing guy. They're doing sided player guy. So Hakeem going to be over there on the right side no matter what. And as of now, I wish I was at practice today, but just as of what the competition looks like now, they're going into it with Nathan as your second left tackle and Austin Richards as your third left tackle. And for some reason, Matt Waletzko playing guard is hilarious to me.
Okay.
Voch, before Tyler Guyton went out, you've had some positive things to say about what he was doing in training camp. What turn did you see coming from Guyton, and just how much will he be able to continue on that progress minus having the reps until 6 weeks from now at max, the Cowboys say, due to the knee injury?
Man, just 100%. I'm not going to poo-poo on any players to try to make a comparison because there's one guy that's kind of sticking out when I set this up for what we're about to say here. But when you listen to Tyler speak, I got a chance to talk to him personally. He did some media, stuff like 2 days ago. But it was this little locker room availability he had like 3 months ago, 2 months ago. And it was just chopping it up with him. Like, Tyler, what's different? And Jesse, you've been here before. You know what I mean? If you're going through your rookie campaign and you may be a first round guy, I'm not speaking for Tyler. This is stuff that Tyler is saying. You may think that you could just kind of go to practice and do a little bit of extra work and you'll be cool, right? If you listen to Tyler 3 months ago, Tyler had this look on his face like, man, I had to eat right. I had to stretch. I had to lift more. I had to do yoga. I had to pick up boxing. I had to pick up any kind of advantage, any kind of work that's going to push me over. Simply going to practice and simply just working with Duke was not enough. It's like this 24-hour lifestyle that you have to adapt. I got to go to sleep more. This is stuff that he's talking about. I got to let go of Raising Cane's. Tyler Guyton said this. Go back and watch it, right?
We call that learning how to be a professional. We think it's just on the field stuff. The learning how to be a professional thing is all of the above. It's everything that you just mentioned Tyler Guyton was talking about, plus the football stuff. Continue.
Yeah. So when Tyler is up there, he has this face of, boy, I was a letdown. And I'm super focused on fixing it right now. And I was a guy that was super critical of him, right? I'm not the guy that's a fan of the dude that's played only 8 games at right tackle at Oklahoma, and then he gets to the league and plays left tackle, and I'm thinking that it's just going to be great. I was super high on Booker, for example, right? Because Booker got 3 years of SEC, T'Vondre Sweat, the Georgia defensive lineman, all, you know what I'm saying? He's got battles under his belt, 53 games worth of battles. BB got 4 years worth of battles under his belt. Guyton only had 8, right? So, of course, I wasn't the biggest, I wasn't all in on Tyler Guyton day one, right? But this is what really won me over. I don't know who asked the question. There's a lot of media people in there that be asking weird questions. They tried to give Tyler a way out. They said, Tyler, man, you played right tackle in college. Do you think that coming to the league and playing left tackle was the reason why you was bad? And Tyler said, nah, dog, I just wasn't good enough. I say, that dude different right there. I said, that dude different. And I hadn't seen nothing at that point. I hadn't seen no workouts. I hadn't seen no hands. I hadn't seen no feet. But mindset goes a long way, especially as an offensive lineman, because like most of this is us being big and strong and pushing bodies around. But the other side is a mindset. Once I heard him say, bro, I just wasn't good enough. It ain't got nothing to do with left side, right? I wasn't good enough. I love that. So you fast forward to camp, and my camera is all on him because Cowboy fans have big questions about him. I'm at camp. I'm O-line guy. What are we doing? Why would I not hyper focus on Guyton? And even in the non-pad days, he's working on things to where pads are not. It's different than what he was doing. Tyler was much of a catcher, right? Now he's striking individually with different hands. Tyler is 6'7", so he has to get low. Sometimes if you're an offensive lineman and you're that high, you got to lean at your waist to get low. He's bending at the knees now. His chest is up. His head is back, right? And he's going against different types of guys. A Donovan Ezeraku rush ain't a Sam Williams rush, ain't a Peyton Turner rush, ain't a Marshawn Nealon rush. They're all different. And you see him, and this could be training with Duke and all that, but you still got to want to go and do the work. This could just be that extra work that he put in, because you could work with Duke, but that don't mean you flexible enough to deal with Donovan Ezeraku. That don't mean you're powerful enough to deal with Marshawn Nealon. And when the pads came on day 1 and day 2, it just continued to pay off. So so when you asked me, Jesse, your third question, you was like, so Voch, when he comes back in 6 weeks, is he going to be good to go? I 100% believe so, because it was all mindset holding him back.
I'm gonna just do one question because I see Voch
I see the theme, right? You see the theme right there?
I'm due for this though, man. I got y'all. Answer everything y'all throw at me, man. Please.
Donovan Ezeraku.
Yeah.
How awesome is he?
Donovan's awesome, man. Donovan's so good, bro. Donovan's so good. Now, let me put it in context, right? Because we don't want to just judge off of highlights. Donovan is still a cool rundown player. He ain't bad, but he's a cool rundown player. And in a lot of those rundown scenarios, you know, you may have a bigger guy like Marshawn Nealon or Peyton Turner or someone Peyton on the team. I don't know. But man, I started thinking about some stuff. I've used this setup before. 4 years ago, the Cowboys had 54 sacks and they were second in the league. This was under Quinn or something, right? Micah was the number 1 guy. He had like 13.5. Dorrance Armstrong had like 8.5, and he was cleanup guy really in real life, because he hadn't had that since. And Tank Lawrence, who's not really pass rush guy, great rundown guy in Tank Lawrence, but he wasn't really pass rush guy. He had 6 sacks that year, right? So what I tried to do was play some football math, and look, in real life, football math don't work. But if I could just compartmentalize it, like, okay, well, Micah's gonna be here, Micah's gonna be the main guy still. Micah's a couple years better than this, boom, boom, boom. But if you're Donovan Ezeraku, can you be a better pass rusher cleanup guy than what Dorrance Armstrong was? If you're Dante Fowler, right? Dante was on that last squad, but he only had like 4 sacks, but for some reason, he's the main guy in Washington, and he ends up being double-digit sack guy, 10.5 sacks. You just imagine him being the second guy. He was the main guy in Washington, right? But Dante Fowler as the second guy here. I would imagine Dante Fowler can give you more pass rush than the older run-stoppy Tank Lawrence would be, right? Sam is going to have to find himself in this, situation somewhere. But I thoroughly think that this pass rush group as a whole, and how it's going to work, is Micah's going to get all the attention, and then Dante is going to get some attention with like a miscellaneous second guy. And Donovan Ezeraku, who can rush his ass off, I can say ass on.
You already said it.
Yes, I mean, it doesn't matter anymore, does it?
Because y'all on TV now, so I don't know what the new rules are.
We are.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So Mama, I made it. But Donovan Ezeraku, his responsibility would be I don't have any extra attention on me. I got to beat one guy. He is a rookie. And you kind of got to show us first, right? You know, we're not just going to assume that you're going to roll out the bed a fantastic pass rusher right now. The Rams will be in town soon, so that'd be a great first kind of test to look at. Preseason games would be another one. But it looks like Donovan Ezeraku as a nuanced pass rusher is better than some of those guys that were on that Cowboys pass rushing team, that was second in the league. And of course, look, if the Cowboys
no, you can't. No more. We ran out of time. We had to go to a break.
If the Cowboys can score points, then hell yeah, you're gonna be pass rushing some more. You kidding me? All you gotta do is let George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb in there work, man. You're gonna go crazy. You can't give me a 15-minute segment, man. What you doing, Jeff?
You're right. Congrats on 100,000 subscribers and Crown Global Media, and good luck in your negotiation, your Micah Parsons stuff with DLLS, if that's happening. Voch Lombardi, follow him on YouTube. We love you. See you, Voch.
Larry Winfrey doing good too. He might get some sacks. Also, Diggins might get some sacks too. Yeah.
Goodbye.
All right, bye.
Coming up next, we have an agenda to push. Oh, nope, we got to go to this. Yeah, immediately. Sign up to be a diehard. There's no teases. Well, I shouldn't have asked him a question at 43.5. I should have asked Voch his last question at 37. Because we break at 45. We just broke at 48. A lot of change.
Who could yap more, Jesse or Voch? Listen. What is that? CJ 8400.
I don't know. Let's find out.
We found out.
yeah. Voch won. Sign up to be a diehard. AllDLLS.com is where you go to do that. We do have the training camp special that is going on right now, $36 instead of $79.99. And when you sign up to be a diehard, you do get a free T-shirt from our merch store. You get to pick one out, and we've got some really cool shirts. Check them things out. I've really been eyeballing that top middle guy.
You've been talking about that one for a
I've been
while.
eyeballing that top middle guy.
John has on the top left.
Oh, yeah, you got the top left. Yeah. That's a good-looking shirt.
That's actually
too.
the back of the shirt.
That's the back. The big
That's the
part
back.
is the back.
Yep.
Yeah, the front is much smaller situation, but it does look good. Kind of looks like you work at a little chicken shack in the show Breaking Bad, but also it's just that, yeah.
Feels very Vegas-ish too. Vegas.
Yeah. It does feel very Vegas, where we would like you to we would like you to join us in Vegas. We're making a road trip out there for that game against the Raiders. We're going to do our pre and our post game show. We want you to be out there with us, and you can do that if you go to truefantravel.com. We're going to be front twerking in Vegas. 3-day, all-inclusive, luxury resort. You sign up for this thing. You pay for this thing. You get those 3 nights. You get the VIP events. You get game tickets. And we'll escort you personally to Club Pop Pop. We will get you into the Lotion Lounge where you can hang out with Clarence. So sign up to be a diehard. Voch said them dudes asked 2 questions. But he accused us of asking 17 in the 2. Sign up to be a diehard and join us in Vegas, or else. Not a threat. All right, it's the DLS Cowboys podcast. We broke the I'd like to apologize to all the TV viewers. I bet you ended up with something real wonky. Just cut out on you because we went entirely too long on a segment, and that is the fault of Voch Lombardi. His fault. But now we have a little agenda pushing.
Now, before we get to that agenda pushing,
yeah,
I don't know if this is a family member of mine or not, but I appreciate this right here. What's that? The Walker? What is that? Yeah, right there, that one right there.
Melanin Walker.
Melanin Walker. Listen, I don't know if this is one of my family members' burner account, but it says Jesse, top sports podcasting personality. I'll take it.
But then it looks like started a new sentence that isn't done yet.
Nah, period, exclamation point.
Oh, okay. I thought this might be a compliment sandwich.
No, period. Like, the best top sports personality, period.
Yeah.
Exclamation point. And I mean it.
Well, I mean, part of what makes you the best personality is the incredible takes, the great takes that you have.
Come on now.
And when the Cowboys acquired linebacker Jack Sanborn, I was like, man, you know what? I like that dude. When he got some opportunities to play, not a bad little player. I'm happy with this signing. And I was like, I'm going to be positive about this. I'm going to like this signing. And then you were like, Hall of Fame. I was like, dang, I lost him. That's Jesse's guy now. And so what I want to do is I want you to hear.
I do be stealing your people. Like, I steal your people.
Well, you took him, but I mean, you got him up there.
I took
what's your take from me?
I took
Myers took Nick Chubb.
I took my boy from Ohio State.
Ibuka? You took Ibuka from me?
I took Micah Ibuka, and I drove that thing all the way home. I was like, because you said Ibuka, and I was like, let me go watch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let me go. And I was like, oh, I love him.
Oh, what he said.
I'm like, I love him.
I'll go further.
Yeah, I'm like, and
it's
so
messed up.
You said like you like Jack Sanborn, but I was like, let's go look. Let's go look.
I love him.
I was like, this is my dude. This guy embodies everything that I am about. I love this dude, and I feel like other people do too.
Okay, so I want you guys to compare and contrast, and I do. Look, the second guy that we're going to talk about, we'll just do it briefly, and we're not going to worry about it, okay? I ain't trying to tear nobody down today. I'm trying to build people up. But you can tell how the expectations are for a player when you just let the coach talk about him.
Yeah.
Okay? So this is going to be Matt Eberflus, the Cowboys defensive coordinator, getting asked about Jack Sanborn, who he kind of brought with him because he'd been coaching Sanborn before.
Yes.
Previous stop. And this is Matt Eberflus gushing about Jack Sanborn.
Jack is a really good pro, and he's been with us for a few years now. And man, if you talk about the consummate pro, showing up early, staying late, knowing his stuff, perfecting his technique, being in elite condition. He's been a joy to work with, and Jack makes plays. He's a playmaker, and he had an opportunity to start for us a few times at the last stop we were at, and it's been really good to watch him grow. And I'm more excited about this year for him than anything because he's changed his body. He's done a really good job of adjusting his body. His movement skills are, and his efficiency of movement, as I said earlier, have really improved. And he's really getting closer and closer to the ball, and he's making a lot of plays in practice.
I think he likes Jack Sanborn. You can tell because the compliments are so specific.
Yes.
It is all these individual things are the reason that I really like him and think he's going to be good and have success for us are because bang, 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 bang. So your agenda looks good.
I am. Let me also say, Flus is looking good.
Flus is looking good.
Like Flus got the hair kind of almost like Gayu. You know what I'm saying? Like the Gayu kind of blonde. It's kind of sharp,
Who's
military from Street Fighter. Was it Gayu?
Oh, yeah, Guile. I think it was Guile.
Guile?
Yeah, well, I don't know how to pronounce it, but
the specs, good fit for the frame, and he got the salt and pepper poppy beard going on.
Yeah.
Okay. But he's talking about my dude, and everything that he's talking about is what you want your linebacker to be.
Yep.
Conditioned, making plays, smart, intelligent.
He did start off very stereotypical about like what time he got there.
Yeah.
He knows the playbook.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like, this is what you want. This is what you want. I am with Eberflus where we are, what does somebody call it? The Sanborn Club. We're part of the Sanborn fan. We're Sanborn.
Okay.
We're Sanborns.
Jason wants to know who from the front office are we going to invite on the show? We need more balance. Too much conform or be cast out. Yes, we are noted Cowboy haters on our Cowboy podcast. We hate this team. That's
we had
why
Will McClay
he
on.
did his career. And if you think we would not want to have Stephen or Jerry Jones on, I think you are incorrect.
You're bugging. We'd love to have them on.
It's good for viewership, and we would love to do it. Maybe we'll be able to do it while we're in Oxnard. I promise. We would enjoy having them on. Now, I do want to play one other thing, because as I was listening to Eberflus, people care about Mazi Smith.
Yeah.
He was a first-round pick. I promise you I'm not here to beat up on Mazi Smith today for his lack of success so far in the NFL, but I want to point out the difference. We had Greg Ellis on, who coached Mazi last year along the defensive line as an assistant defensive line coach. And he talked about how this scheme might be a tough fit and some of the things that Mazi has struggled with, et cetera, et cetera. Keeping in mind what was just said about Sanborn,
right?
All of the things people asked about Mazi Smith. And here is Cowboys defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus on Mazi.
Mazi's done a really good job picking up our system. It's a little bit different than what he was doing last year. So I think that he likes that. He's embracing that, and he's working to get better at it. The biggest thing I think is learning how to play with leverage, with power, quickness. He's got all the talent that he needs, and once he learns that, it's a day-to-day process, right? You get better every day, you grow, you learn, and he's going through that process right now.
So he did use the generic term of he has all the talent he needs and that he likes the scheme or whatever. But then he named the three most important things for a defensive tackle to have in the NFL and said those are the things he needs to work on.
In year what?
Going into year 3.
Yeah.
And he named leverage, power, and quickness as the things that Mazi is working on. And again, I'm not doing this to beat up on Mazi. I don't want to beat up on anybody. But I do think that having seen the small amount that we've been able to see so far in camp with clips and whatnot, and having seen the 2 years prior, I really thought like Mazi's going to play starter snaps, 50% of the snaps, because you're not always going to have a nose tackle out there because there's not really guys behind him, and he was a first-round pick. But now I think I've come around to the idea of Perry on Winfrey straight out of the UFL is going to play your nose tackle snaps. Like I think that is a guy telling you like, let's just not worry about him.
Yeah. There was a clip that I cannot like get out of my brain. And it was back during the OTAs. They were working inside and they had one of the coaches, the defensive line coach, I'm drawing a blank,
White Cotton, Aaron White Cotton.
And they're doing the hoop drill, right? And the hoop drill is a drill that is specifically designed for you to go around this big looking hula hoop type thing to stay low. Just to stay low. Most of the time they have you pick up a towel halfway through, put it back down to the other end of the hoop. That way, you keep your pad levers down, your leverage down. And Mazi's going through this thing, and coach is yelling, and you see Mazi get stuck because he's standing straight up. And
he just runs around
He
the
just
circle.
runs around the circle shuttle. He gets stuck trying to come out of it. Coach is like, I don't care that you didn't have good leverage. You competed. And I was like, wait, what? We're not praising that. We're not praising effort when you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And these are the things that they're talking about in training camp. And if you're in that particular position and you can't have leverage, you can't play with quickness, and you can't play with power, it's going to be very hard for them to put you on the football field for you to have success.
Is it possible he doesn't make the team? I mean, it's a first-round pick, so that money's guaranteed.
Yeah, I think
guess
he
he'll be
makes
here.
the team, but they may try. You know what? The good teams will cut bait. The good teams.
Yeah.
The good teams will cut bait and say, let's no longer waste any more time trying to have this project work out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we appreciate you guys stopping by today. It was a fun show. We
Thanks,
enjoyed our
Voch.
guests. We enjoyed you guys. Hit the like button on your way out. Remember that you have no idea what anybody's going through, so be cool to everybody. We love you. Be easy.
Eliminate the contingencies.
We all silly like the mayor.